Hello, good afternoon. I wanted to go live in the group for a minute because I had a bit of an affirmation inspiration for the group or for life in general. And it's a beautiful day outside. It's finally warm enough to have the window open, and it's just a nice day. I this whole process, I feel like my afternoon I wanted to share with you because I feel like we quite often on day-to-day life get stuck in these patterns or get caught in these patterns, I should say. I was outside with my 2-year-old, and she, as 2-year-olds do, was being her 2-year-old self, and she was whining, and she was um, not quite getting her way and was having a hard time with that. That's her lesson in life right now, is to how to understand that she doesn't always get her way. I guess before I go into this, I will put out there that any thoughts, aspects, inspirations, or meditative, intuitive thoughts expressed through myself, unique beauty, unique meditation, or anything of the sorts are meant for spiritual entertainment and enlightenment purposes only. If you have any medical or health concerns, please seek a medical or health professional. Okay, now that I've said that. So we were outside and she was wanting to get her way, and just wasn't able to find her way to having fun outside today. So we came inside and the tantrum ensued. She didn't want to be inside. She didn't want to be outside. She didn't want to do anything but get her way. So we came inside. We sat in timeout. And it then proceeded to be, I'm sure you have, if you don't have children, you've experienced it, that tantrum that happens with toddlers when they don't get their way. And sometimes there's that conflict that ensues. So we did the timeout thing. She sat down. We did all that. But when I was done, what sparked the inspiration for the affirmation is when we finally calmed down and I got her in her room, and she's in there now doing a little quiet time, playing with her puzzle. She's happier, more content. But what inspired that is I came out and I sat down to read my Native American Studies course through the University of Metaphysical Sciences. It's an online university that I'm slowly working through to get my bachelor's in metaphysics. But this course, you did calm down, good job. I finally was able to sit down and do some reading. And one of the first things I read after having this conflict with her was this sentence that stuck with me. And again, this is an excerpt from the Native Americans Studies course off of the University of Metaphysics Online. And this portion of the course comes from crystallinks.com. They got it. It's an excerpt from the first meeting of the Five Nations tribe. And it talks about how your skin must be 7 hands thick to stand for what's right in your heart. Exercise great patience and goodwill toward each other in deliberation. Never disgrace yourself by becoming angry. Let the good tidings of peace, power, and righteousness be your guide in all in your council fires. So I got thinking about that, and I thought, how does that fit in day-to-day life? And I felt like it was a perfect example. When you're struggling with your 2-year-old, or you're struggling with a coworker, or you're struggling with yourself or your schedule or your day-to-day stuff, and you're frustrated or you're overwhelmed or life is just ready to take you down, I feel like sometimes having that thick skin, following that patience and that goodwill, and sending that peace and that power to guide you instead of the frustration and the anger can be a real challenge. It can be a real challenge to keep that level head and to always reach for a higher understanding and always reach for the peace and the goodwill. Hey, baby, let's not do that. Okay? I'm going to cut my fingers. Well, you might, so let's not. Sorry. So, and it just kind of sent me on a process of how affirmations can be powerful tools, and how meditation and affirmations can be powerful tools to help us refocus on that patience and that goodwill, and refocus on what's right in our heart in that moment. And it's really hard when you're in the heat of the moment in life, and you're in the heat of anxiety or frustration or whatever it is, to refocus on all of that, refocus on what your heart tells you is the best way to approach it, or to approach it from a higher thought or a higher way of being, or a more positive way of being, a more loving, peaceful place of being. So I would love to hear, what are some of the affirmations that you have used to inspire a thicker skin during moments of struggle, during moments of anxiety, during moments of conflict, during moments of fear? When you're faced with that adversity, what are some of the strongest affirmations that have helped you with that adversity? I know one of mine is divine balance. One of my current ones, which I think I shared the other day, was I acknowledge the balance within my life, or I acknowledge the whatever it is, fill in the blank in my life. Divine peace. One of a strong one for me is for a lot of other clients is I am grounded, I am stable, I am secure. Taking a deep breath and allowing that deep breath, imagining that it's a beam of light that's filtering through the core of you, through the bottom of your feet, and anchoring you to the ground, can be very helpful. Coming up here with me. That can be very powerful to help you refocus. But I think one of the most powerful things is for us to take the moment to practice that and to remember it. To not only practice it in times of frustration, but to put it into our daily meditation practice and put it into our daily go-tos. Taking a few moments in the morning or taking a few moments at night to breathe and say a few affirmations to help to refocus us on that. When we can practice that on a regular basis, then maybe it becomes easier to pull that out as a tool in times of adversity, in times of struggle, in times of anger, in times of frustration or anxiety or sadness. And it's very easy in life to get away from that practice. But maybe if we can devote just a few minutes, even just like 30 seconds, to one or two deep breaths paired with the affirmation that empowers us of choice, and see how that goes. See if I really truly feel like if we can do that on a regular basis, then we can filter that energy and have it as a muscle memory to pull out in other times. So I would love to hear, what are some of the tools and tricks that you do to refocus your mind when you're hitting that conflict wall, that adversity. And I would love to welcome you to leave a comment below, and to, if you would like to hear.
My belly's full.
Your belly's full?
Uh-huh.
Okay. If you would like to have an affirmation, or not an affirmation, a meditation. I know I haven't done a live meditation in a while, but maybe we could do a meditation where we visualize what that adversity would look like, the color of it, the feel of it, the texture of it. And then we can use an affirmation to hold that adversity off, and to protect our light, and to protect our heart, and to protect our highest ideals. So just a thought. It was kind of a meditative thought for the day, and I thought that was rather convenient, universal inspiration moment, that after the struggle with my 2-year-old that I read this, and how even though it's referencing bringing different tribes of Native Americans together, how much it can actually play out in our day-to-day life. And I love in this coursework that I've done how there's so many times that things like that connect to day-to-day life. So, and when we can reach inspiration like that and be aware of these inspirational tools that are, I believe, given to us in our day-to-day life, and we can acknowledge them, we can use them as guideposts and reminders to refocus our daily devotions and our daily practices for our meditation and our inspiration to connect with our higher self. So I hope this makes sense. I hope it resonates with you. I'd love to hear in the comments below what you think. And thank you very much for watching and for taking the time to share with me your thoughts on this topic if you're interested. And I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful day. And I hope you're able to get out and enjoy this beautiful weather. Maybe we'll be able to get outside and have a fresher start. Either way, we've got happy, playful thoughts going on now. So happy Monday.
Stop.